Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a powerful and thought-provoking story from the scriptures, the life of Prophet Lut, a figure whose tale is filled with lessons of faith, warning, and divine justice. But before we jump into the depths of this narrative, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024, and we need your help. Now, let's explore the compelling story of Prophet Lut. Prophet Lut lived in a time of great moral decay. He was sent by God to guide the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, cities known for their rampant immorality and disregard for divine laws. Lut was a nephew of Prophet Abraham, and he carried the weight of a daunting task, to call his people back to righteousness. As Lut began his mission, he was met with hostility. The people of Sodom were entrenched in their ways, indulging in a lifestyle that rejected the values of compassion, justice, and faithfulness. Lut would stand at the city gates, pleading with his fellow citizens to abandon their sinful practices and turn to the worship of one true God. Despite his earnest efforts, the people responded with scorn. They mocked him, calling him deluded for preaching against their desires. "What do you mean by this message of purity?" they would taunt. "We enjoy our freedoms." Lut faced constant rejection, yet he continued to speak the truth, emphasizing the importance of compassion and the consequences of their actions. He reminded them of the stories of past nations that faced divine retribution, nations that had also ignored the warnings of their prophets. The more Lut spoke, the more the people pushed him away. They surrounded him with hostility, and their disregard for his message only intensified. Lut began to realize that he was not just fighting against ignorance but against deeply rooted traditions and desires that had taken hold of the hearts of his people. Despite the danger, he would gather his family at night, recounting tales of the righteous and imploring them to remain steadfast in their faith. His daughters, full of hope, would listen intently, drawing strength from their father's unwavering commitment. As time went on, Lut's isolation deepened. He would often find himself wandering the outskirts of the city, contemplating the fate of his people. In those moments of solitude, he prayed fervently for guidance. "Oh God," he would plead, "what more can I do to save them? Please, guide them back to the path of righteousness." His heart ached for those he loved, and he struggled with the reality that many of them were lost in their desires. Lut was not alone in this struggle. His family was a beacon of hope, supporting his mission. His daughters believed in his message, yearning for a life of righteousness. However, Lut faced a deep personal tragedy. His wife, influenced by the sinful environment, chose to side with the people of Sodom. She would often voice her doubts, questioning Lut's resolve and urging him to accept the status quo. This created a painful rift in their family, as Lut remained dedicated to his calling while his wife drifted further away. As Lut's situation became more dire, he turned to God in prayer, seeking guidance and strength. One night, in a moment of desperation, he cried out to the heavens, asking for clarity. It was then that the angels of God visited him, disguised as travelers. They brought both a message of warning and a promise of protection. "We are sent to bring destruction upon this city," they revealed. "But we will save you and your family, except for your wife, for she has chosen to remain with the wrongdoers." The news shook Lut to his core. He understood that time was running out. That very night, the angels urged Lut and his family to flee the city before dawn. "Do not look back," they cautioned, "for the punishment is imminent." As they hastened to escape, Lut's heart was heavy with sorrow for his people. He cast one last glance at Sodom, a city filled with memories, both joyful and painful. The chaos around him felt surreal, a blend of fear and hope as he urged his family to keep moving forward. Just as the sun began to rise, the skies darkened, and a cataclysmic event unfolded. Fire and brimstone rained down upon Sodom and Gomorrah, obliterating the cities in an instant. The cries of the inhabitants echoed in the air as they faced the consequences of their actions. Lut's daughters held onto each other tightly, tears streaming down their faces as they processed the devastation unfolding behind them. In this moment of despair, Lut's family escaped to safety, finally reaching a distant mountain where they could find refuge. They looked back only to witness the destruction that had befallen those who rejected the truth. Lut's daughters were spared, yet the anguish of losing his wife weighed heavily on his heart. She had chosen to look back, and in doing so, she became part of the tragedy that enveloped the cities. After the destruction, Lut found solace in his faith, continuing his mission of righteousness in the lands that followed. He became a symbol of unwavering devotion, a beacon for others who would come after him. His story serves as a testament to the struggles of a prophet, illustrating the challenges faced when standing against societal norms and the heartbreaking reality of losing loved ones to sin. Lut's tale urges us to reflect on our own lives, encouraging us to stand firm in our beliefs and values. It reminds us of the importance of community, compassion, and the impact of our choices. The legacy of Prophet Lut remains a powerful reminder of the strength it takes to uphold one's convictions in the face of overwhelming opposition. And so, the story of Prophet Lut reminds us of the importance of standing firm in our beliefs, even in the face of adversity. It urges us to reflect on our actions and the impact they have on ourselves and others. If you found this story insightful and inspiring, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024.